Hello. Okay, so today is March the 11th, but I'm about to put in box braids. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take this off. And I have this plaited or twisted down some because my hair was just breaking too much here. So I wanted to, ooh, it doesn't smell delightful, as you can imagine. There's a little something there. And so what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna trim this a little bit, just so that I could, the other part obviously has been plaited down, but this, you see those ends that, you know, is bothering me so bad. So I'm just gonna trim that to give that a blunt trim. All right, so I have blow dried my hair, and I sound like this because it's early in the morning. I had to get some sleep. So I plaited my hair down after blow drying it, and it actually feels kind of dry and crackly. Let me put some oil on it. But what I do, so I'm gonna do my pre-braids so that I can crochet the hair in. I'm gonna try to crochet the hair in. We're gonna see how it works. These nails, or nails period, typically make it very difficult for me to do hair. And I also have, I've been having arthritis in my hand for a very long time, since I was a little girl. And so after too long, they will kind of start to, you know, like I can't move them. And so it takes me a little bit longer, and I really hate doing this. So the way that I braid it is I do one layer, my first layer in the back, I'm gonna pre-braid, and it's gonna be 4 braids. Then on top of that, I'm gonna do 5. Then on top of that, I'm gonna do 3 on each side. And I'm gonna show the first one, and then I'm gonna come back after I do the 3 rows. So that's what you'll see. I'm just putting some oil on my hair. And I'm probably gonna spray just a tad bit of leave-in conditioner. Okay, so y'all see the struggle braid is real. I called it a struggle braid because I struggled the entire way through it with these nails. I might have almond nails later today. We're gonna see. But no, seriously, I'm catching my hand, and I keep poking myself. And so it makes it difficult to get this done, but I'm a G. And so it's all fuzzy and everything, but it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna loop it into the hair. I never braid these all the way down, and truth be told, it makes it very difficult. My hair is thin. It makes it difficult to come out. And I said, this was hard. I said 4, and I'm probably gonna do 3, 4, 5, then 6. Is what I'm probably gonna do, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have finished clearly doing all of my braids. My braids to get ready to crochet the hair in. And clearly I didn't come back show you anything. I guess you figured that part out. But it's the same processing step as the first step with the plaiting of my hair. And yes, I did wear my hair like this all day because I did this yesterday. Or actually, I did this morning. It took about maybe 3 hours, 3.5 hours to do my hair. So I think I'm gonna leave it like this. It's pretty neat. The parts are not bad. I don't like this top part right here, but I'm probably gonna end up wearing it to this side like this or something. I mean, I could take these down and separate these. I think they're too big. And when you do it like this and you don't plait it in the middle right here versus down here, it looks a little bit weird. But I'm not standing over my head, and thus I'm pulling down like this, trying to plait at the same time. And so that's kind of what you get here. And here's the back. I'm going to show you that back plaits right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be true to my word this time. I'm going to go do the back because I know that's going to be hard for me in terms of the plaiting. I don't have COVID. I've been tested. And what I will do is come back for the front to actually do a couple of demonstrations. Okay? Alrighty, thank you. All right, so I know that I was supposed to come back to show you, but what I chose to do instead, I keep doing something different, is to show you these two. I left these two to finish, and I went ahead and did all of these. I haven't dipped them yet. You can see that they're stiff. And so what I'm gonna do is just show you how I arrived at this. It's a little bootleg, right? What I'm calling it is baby knotless box braid, okay? So I used, what is this? Femi Collection Easy Wear pre-stretched hair. And it was the premium kind. And I used 5 bags. I'm on my 5th bag and I have about that much left, so probably 4.5 bags. And I have about a little, almost, let's see, I had 32 in the back and I think about 20 something up here. And so almost 60 braids altogether in terms of placement. This is a little bit thick. So I'm just combing this out because of course, obviously it gets really tangled. And then I roll this together like this, just so that it can easily hook onto the crochet needle. I'm just using the basic $1 crochet needle. All right, and I'm gonna hook this over here just so that I can get it out the way and focus on this one here. And you can see that. Then I just take my crochet needle and go over to the side in the front, hook my hair or the hair onto it, pull it through, unhook it, and then pull the other side out. It gets a little bit tangled sometimes. Okay, a lot of times it did, depending on how tight this braid was. And then I just pull it together, make it even here, and then kind of comb it out with my razor sharp fingernails here. All right. Then I take some more gel. Now, you know, this is the second day, so the other gel used when plaiting obviously is all dried up, but I just use this to smooth it out so it's easier to grab a hold to within the braid. So then I separate just a small piece here and move it over, My son is playing soccer in the house. Pay him no mind. He thinks he's outside. All right, and I take this piece and grab this and move it over. And then I take another small piece there from this side so that it's even, so that I can create the middle part. Now, the reason why I'm saying baby knot, if you will. And so what I do is then grab this and then I just kind of braid. And then continue to braid down. And then the reason why I say baby knot is because I turn it to make it tight. I know other people who have done this who have not turned it and it lays flatter. And so I kind of have a little knot underneath. So if I was to wear it in a ponytail, you would see like on the underside part, while it may be, don't pay attention to this one because that's a real bootleg. And I have a lot of bootleg ones, but we're not gonna talk about that. It's my first time doing these type of braids. Senegalese are my go-to. And then I also do, I've done the faux locks a couple times. And I really like those as well. They just, of course, is time consuming. So in terms of time input, of course, you know, it takes quite a bit of time to do your wash. And then once I get down to here, I just kind of make sure that the hair is folded into my hair is folded into the yaki hair or the chronicle hair well. And then I'm just continuing to braid down. Now, I'm not a professional, so I'm not telling you how to get the perfect flat braid. Definitely not a braider. I don't braid other people's hair. I only braid my own hair. So this is very much if you want to do this on yourself. I do my hair a lot. And so that's why I'm kind of like, oh, this is how you do this on yourself. And I'm doing this here because I actually was sitting at the desk in front of the floor mirror, which made it easier for me to get this done with minimal back pain. I tend to have quite a bit of, unfortunately, back pain. So once I get down, you can see that middle part begins to become really thin. And then I do what you're not supposed to do because you can see some little bumps where I've borrowed hair. I braid it down as far as I can without needing to borrow hair from another spot, but I do borrow hair and I try to do just a little bit at a time so that it's not a huge disruption, because if you do a whole lot, it will be. And so I borrow a little at a time and then borrow from each side eventually. Just like that, just a few hairs. And I'm continuing to just braid down. This is also 54 inches. The hair length is, I don't know why I got this so long. I don't know what I was thinking, because honey, my hands, Arthur is a part of my life, and my hands was like, what? For real? 54? I mean, you thought that we could do that? And so I did have help. So I had someone, a family member helping me to help me quite a bit actually. And with the help, it still took, I did the wash day, the treatments and all of that separate. I got up and I did the braids. That was about 3.5 hours to do the individual braids. And then these started last night. I had no idea this was going to be all of this hoopla. But I started last night and did about 4 hours, I want to say. Started at 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12. Oh, girl. 5 hours. And so I've been up since 5:30 this morning, but I've started doing this at 8:30. And so right now it is 12:30. So So that's 4 hours. So we're talking 9 hours plus the braiding of the hair, 10, 11, 12. And that's kind of my going rate for this. And when I say Senegalese are my go-to, that's why Senegalese are my go-to, because they're quick. And I'm a time saver. And then I braided it down as far, I mean, if you can braid it down to here because it's less prone to do this kind of deal right here, but I braid it down to there because again, it hurts in here and here, so I can't do as much as I want to. All right, so last one, we're gonna do it one more time here, and I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing rather than kind of talking. All right. All right, so you get the picture here. This was the last braid. So I'm gonna go dip them, and then I'm going to come back and tell you just a few things here. I'm actually gonna dip them and do makeup, and then let's get a full look here and see what's going on. All right, so this is about as far as I'm going on that one. All right, and so those are all my braids. You have no idea how good it feels to say that that is it. And they're bootleg, but I'm still happy though, right? Because I have a good protective style. In Senegalese, my hair is always kind of popping out of the hair. I don't get it in there good. And when I say get it in there, I mean hide it in between the other hair good, if you will. And so with the plaits, it's sealed together a little bit more. It's oiled very well. So I'm gonna dip my hair and oil my scalp. I'm actually gonna make a blend, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in terms of a blend of oils for my hair. What I would do differently is a little bit of parting. Y'all know parting is everything for braids, right? When you initially get them done for that 2 weeks, it looks neat to kind of get a certain look and feel for them, if you will. I should, instead of a middle part, I probably should have had 3 sections here. This side ended up being smaller than this one. And so then I should have split this one, but I went back and split these because they were just too huge. And so it was a lot of stuff like that. But nonetheless, I don't think it's going to actually deter from the look. And you can see how stiff these are to move, right? Because with traditional knotless braids, you can just whoop, whoop, you know, kind of go over there without it hurting. These actually really don't hurt. They're tight, right? But they don't actually hurt at all. I slept on the back last night and I slept good. Probably because I was tired. But they're still flatter though than your traditional box braid. So would I recommend it? Yes, for someone who doesn't have the time. For me and my author friends, feeding in with these nails and that is difficult. Y'all, I'm not advertising for Sling. I just have it. But it's difficult for me. And so I saw this method for a couple of other people. I actually started thinking about it. I was like, man, I bet you could do this. And I saw, of course, nothing is new. Someone had did it already. And I was just like, oh man, this would be so great. This would be perfect. And so I was like, okay, great. Let's do that. And I'm happy. I mean, they're not perfect. They're really bootleg. And some of them are just downright trash. But hey, who am I to judge, right? Let these girls be good, right? So I'm going to dip my hair because you can see how stiff they are. I'm gonna dip them in hot water and come for the party, all right? Alrighty, so this is our final look for our braids. And you remember I said baby knotless braids because you could see the knot a little bit. I mean, all of them are not as flat as I would like, and there are a lot of reasons for that. It's hard for me when you do your own braids, but needless to say, I'm still happy with them. And I almost never just wear braids down like this anyway, so I'm more than likely going to wear them as a in a ponytail, like 95% of the time. People who know me know that they will be in a ponytail. So it's like they're not like super flat like you would have with knotless, but they're flatter than what you would have probably with your regular box braid. I don't know how it like is going to show up, but my NARS is popping today. Yeah, I got on my the NARS longwear. I don't know if that's what it's called, I can't remember, but anyway. But the NARS longwear foundation, and it's giving me a vibe right now. But anyway, so I am headed to church, and I actually have on this little getup. It's a crop top. You can't really see it, but it's a crop top skirt. It's a crop top and a skirt that kind of flows out with pockets. It's springy, and so that's what we're out here doing. Is daylight savings, so let's get into it.